Clark County claims its employee union is stalling over contract talks and refusing to make wage and benefit concessions. The union says that's absurd. We'll hear from both sides. Plus, Clark County is facing a $40 million deficit and it wants employees to take an across-the-board cut of 1.5% to help close the budget gap. But the county says its employees union, the Service Employees Union International Union, is delaying negotiations in order to continue receiving 4% raises and refusing to bargain in good faith. The union says that's absurd. Joining me to talk about all this, SEIU President Al Martinez and Clark County spokesman Eric Papa. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about this complaint. The county has filed a complaint with the state board, which is a very unusual step to take. So let's just set the table here, Mr. Martinez, and what you're being accused of doing. Here's what the county said in its complaint. And this is on one of the bargaining sessions. They're alleging that you've missed bargaining sessions, that you're pulling stunts, including this one. At 10:05, more than an hour after the bargaining session was scheduled to start, the county's bargaining team was summoned to the main assembly room, where union members who had participated in the pep rally remained. The president of the union placed a stack of documents on the table wrapped with a black bow. The union president informed the county's bargaining team that the documents were a petition saying that the union members would no longer consider financial articles. The complaint goes on. The union's conduct in repeatedly failing to provide dates that it would be able to engage in bargaining sessions at reasonable times, repeatedly failing to schedule bargaining sessions at reasonable times, repeatedly showing up late for scheduled bargaining sessions, repeatedly taking unnecessary and or prolonged caucus sessions, stating it would no longer engage in bargaining regarding financial articles, constitutes a failure to bargain in good faith, which is a prohibited practice. What are you doing, sir?
We're doing what we're supposed to be. We're bargaining.
It doesn't sound like it. You're having a pep rally. You put black bow. Who thought of that one?
I think the compliments of pep rally. I already know it's a pep rally. Actually, I'm a little shocked that there was a complaint made against us. I was surprised. I didn't expect it. All I can say is that we have been bargaining. And a pep rally, my goodness, look, we can do a lot of pep rallies, but that's not the place for a pep rally.
But why did you do the thing with the black bow then and have everyone cheering? Was that to intimidate the county, to show the county that you didn't really care about what was going on, that you were going to hold them off? What was the reason for it?
We care exactly what we're saying. We went up there to let them know what our position was, and you can see it on my chest here. No takeaway. That was our position. But as you well know, negotiations, there's proposals and you get counter proposals. That's all being done, and I'm a little bothered that the facts have been misconstrued, that we're being late. We have been there, and we have been negotiating back and forth on the dates. For many reasons, those dates don't always work out. But to say that we're not bargaining good faith, we've been bargaining on good faith. And I'll continue to hold that position. We have been.
Mr. Papa, you know what's in the complaint. He's essentially saying you're misconstruing it, that they're bargaining in good faith. That complaint alleges essentially a serial failure of the union to go to meetings and then to claim, which the union says is disingenuous, that they don't want to bargain over financial articles.
Yeah, it's clear they don't want to bargain over this. I didn't hear him challenge any of the facts in that complaint. It's been 3 months since we started bargaining. We've had only 3 meetings, and we still don't have all of their proposals on the table. The firefighters, which have a much larger and complex contract, we settled that contract in 2 months. It's simply ridiculous. We have a $42 million deficit. Your proposal adds $11 million to that, and still we're not getting any serious negotiation.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. We're gonna fix this right here on Face to Face. We're going to negotiate. You're saying that the proposal, the last proposal you received from SEIU, actually adds $11 million?
$11 million strictly on the COLAs just for the first year.
How can you add $11 million, sir?
Well, let me just say this. You're talking about financials. We have been bargaining on proposals. Actually, if you want to get the facts out, we put out 11 proposals to you guys, and you guys have not responded.
Is that 11 million figure correct, though? Is it correct,
I don't know
sir?
about your 11 million, but I do know this. Now, let's be clear here, Eric. You guys have made it real clear that you guys aren't going to bargain anything that has financial considerations. You made that real clear. You made that to us. I'm kind of confused here.
You're asking us to spend more money at a time when we have a $42 million deficit.
Okay.
It's amazing to me that you would even wear that sticker on this show. No more takeaways. You don't want to give anything. What do you have? What have you proposed right now?
It is our position, just like your position.
Your position is that the employees should continue to get 4% raises. On top of that, they should get COLAs of, 3%. You don't want to freeze longevity. You want to add millions of dollars to what at a time when we were already looking at a $42 million
Okay, so
deficit.
you're talking about this budget deficit, okay? What about the $11 million surplus that you guys had? And let's go back to 2009. Of all the unions, Eric, I'm a little bothered that you would say that we're not doing our part. We've been doing our part since 2009, $15 million. And in 2010, we did the wage reopener. We gave you another 2%. And now more? Come on, guy.
All right, I got to stop my Potted Plant Act. I have to take control here for a moment. We are going to solve this. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about this, a lot more to talk about. I'm going to talk about what other unions have done compared to what SEIU has done. Also, I'm thinking the Attorney General is supposed to be on later and the Assembly Majority Leader. We might bump him if we can solve this crisis right here on Face to Face. No, we'll still have him on to talk about mortgage and foreclosures. Stick around, folks.
If you want to comment or have missed a program, just go face to Facebook with Jon Ralston, where you can click on links to the Las Vegas Sun, find Jon's columns, his blog, and links to past programs.
Welcome back across Nevada to Face to Face. Since it's Nevada, the epicenter of the foreclosure crisis, either you or a neighbor or somebody close to you has had to deal with foreclosures. We have the Attorney General and a prominent Assemblyman, the Majority Leader, here to talk about that, her suit with Bank of America, and a new law that may help you. But first, we're trying to settle the county's problems with SEIU, with a spokesman from the county and the head of that union. All right, before I go on and show you a comparison of the unions, no more takeaways. Tell me what the county's taken away from you.
Well, $15 million. 2009, 2%
we're in a
in 2010.
recession. Do you not know we're in a recession?
Well, wait a minute. Well, let's put out the budget here. You mentioned the budget a few minutes ago. The county is not where it used to be in 2008, 2009. Obviously, they're not out of the woods, but they're doing much better. And I can tell you, speaking to the police union, they agree with me too that there is money in the county, and there's no.
Are they hiding this somewhere? I mean, do you think the economy in Southern Nevada is doing well now? You know that from your members, right? They're not doing well.
It's doing better. It's doing better. I'm not saying it's great, and we're done with the legislation anyway. And obviously, when the legislation always takes place, the county doesn't say anything. But now that it's over with, obviously, it always comes back to this union that we got to give up more. We've been giving up more, Eric.
Let me ask Mr. Pop a question. This is a very unusual move that you guys have made to file you're negotiating in bad faith complaint with the state. Why did you decide to take that action in this case?
You're right. It's very unusual. We're just extremely concerned. I mean, a $42 million deficit. The people at home recognize that the problems that we have in this community are extensive. We have foreclosures all over the place. We have 14% unemployment. Our tax revenues are not what they used to be, and it's just incredible that you would continue to seek pay increases at a time like this. It's just unrealistic.
Well, let's look at the services that are being provided. If you continue at what you guys want from us, we're already at the bare bone now. What's going to happen then? We're going to cripple the services that we provide to the community? Is that what you guys really want?
You know what he's saying, though? No, hang on just a second. What he's saying is there's people watching here who are unemployed. There's people watching who have had their hours cut. There's people who haven't had a pay increase in 5 years. And he's saying to you, how can you possibly be asking for a pay increase? What is the answer to that specific question?
What I'm saying to you is that we hold our position, no takeaways. And yes, you can say whatever you want about we're not bargaining in good faith. But I would say to you, I sit in those meetings. I'm the one in there with these folks. I know you're not there. So obviously you got a version from your negotiation team that seems to me a little inexperienced, the big bargaining, full contract. This is full contract here, not a reopener. Full contract, got 40-plus articles. And a bargaining team, not Al Martinez, but a bargaining team that has to look at all the pieces from prescription drugs to uniforms and all these things that will impact the membership. So our position, again, is we've been doing our part, Eric. I mean,
you know, historically, the unions would meet every week, if not twice a week. You've met 3 times in 3 months. Come on, if we don't continue, if we don't see some progress here, your union members are going to suffer. We're going to look at additional layoffs. We're going to have to cut services.
We've been going through layoffs since 2009.
The SEIU has seen compensation increases of more than 11% since fiscal year 08-09. It's just simply unrealistic, and it's not sustainable.
Well, all I can say is that I know there's money. Maybe not a whole lot of money, but there is money. I mean, look, we are not going to continue to be hit again. All I'm saying to you is collective bargaining works. We're sitting across from you guys. And the NRS, all it says is that all you need is a minimum of 6 sessions.
All right, well,
it doesn't say you have to meet
every week. Let me
every
just show
week.
you one chart that the county produced that shows how much each union has given up, and it indicates SEIU has given up the least. Let me tell you what this says, and I'm going to tell you. The DAs and Investigators Association given up 5.7% of salary, frozen merit pay. The battalion chiefs have given up 9.5% of their total wage, 3.5% of their wage rate, given up leave accrual, overtime, and a frozen merit pay. Park Police and Fire Department have both given up more than 8.5% of their total wage. It would seem from those figures that those unions are willing to give up more than you.
Well, all I can say is, how big are those unions? These are talking to the biggest union here in Clark County. And when you guys came knocking on the door, now tell me if I'm wrong here, when you guys came knocking on the door in 2009, we answered. When you guys asked us to come up with ways to save money, we answered. When you guys came up to, I mean, obviously we were able to minimize layoffs. We didn't like it, but there was layoffs. So tell me, if you compare all those stats to the other unions, I think we've been doing a lot.
It's true that the union did step up to the plate when we needed them to do that. But the economic situation is not any better. We need you to step up again. That's all we're asking, and we want to bargain with you. We met 3 times in 3 months.
Why is that? Why 3 times in 3 months?
We're meeting Thursday. And now, if you want to get specifics now, it's really odd that when we had our last bargaining, and you guys call it a prep rally, that's what I'm saying, I think your manager is inexperienced, because when Ray Visconti was your negotiator, he thought it was a great process to have big bargaining. Big bargaining, we have a lot of folks come out.
We are out of time. First of all, I want to know, did you get the sticker to match your shirt or the shirt to match that sticker?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of colorblind, so it's all purple.
Eric Papa, I appreciate your willingness to come on and talk about this very sensitive issue. Thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll talk about another sensitive issue, foreclosures and banks. I bet you're mad already just thinking about it. Stick around for the Attorney General and the Assembly Majority Leader. Back in a moment.